The reason why I say that is because stress will give us feedback, saying, you're doing this too long, get me out of here. So, in other words, if it stays on longer than how long it's supposed to, it's designed to, it just continues, we continue in fight or flight in what we call chronic stress, where we don't come out of it, where we don't turn it off, all the things on that big list that we talked about last time. Our body will give us feedback saying, please do something else. Do something that gets me here, back to homeostasis. And again, there's no judgment here. There's no, like, you're bad because you're here. I know some people get really like, man, I can't do. They start making it worse by feeling guilty that they're stressed all the time. There's none of that. It's just your body, when you drink too much, it doesn't mean you're any less of a wonderful person, does it? You're still the great person that you are, but your body's going to go, yeah, don't do that again so much. Or with me and the Twinkies, don't do that ever again. So ever. So I want to talk about, just for a while, and I hope we'll kind of, I'd like this to be a discussion as opposed to me just talking. What are some of the things that we notice happening when we're here? And I'm going to kind of break this down into a few different segments. So we said, last time, we said, all stress begins with a what? What would we call this? What? Well, what? A thought, right. All stress begins with a thought. That is a perceived threat, this right here. Now, if we are doing it the natural way, where we really are in danger, then we go through this, no big deal. Minute later, 2 minutes later, we get back to normal. Now, if we continue to have the thought of a perceived threat, then we start to notice the fight or flight response continuing in us. Now, at this point, in the short term, no big deal. Our body can handle it. As a matter of fact, I remember watching one lady who, she claims that this is actually, you should deliberately do this from time to time so that you can get better at being here when it happens. But what I'm concerned with is we continue to do this where this is stress, and it starts to turn into strains. Little things that are kind of, we can still function just fine. We can still handle most of the things that are going on in our days without any decrease in performance, but it still is noticeable that something's not quite right, and we're pretty sure it's because we're here. So what might be some of those things that we notice that we could say, yeah, that's probably because of my stress. It's not killing me. It's not, it's less than homeostasis. What might be some of those things?
Fatigue.
Fatigue? Yeah. Now, we kind of talked about this last time, Josh, right? When we had Josh hold up the bag. Fatigue, and we talked about the secretary I worked with, didn't we? Did I mention her? Where she was just tired at the end of the day, because when the body is in a state of fight or flight, all the muscles, or a lot of the muscles, are contracting, thinking I should be running or fighting.